It's a great question. And when I think about strategies and especially about consistency of application, I think about three things, right? Number one, we talk a lot about shifting testing left and getting it in as early as possible, right? And that definitely helps. But actually, more to that, it's the conversations about policy that matter, right? And having those conversations across the board at every level, getting QA to have a seat at the table and having them talk about quality from the outset. QA are not the only owners of quality, everybody's the owner of quality, right? So everybody needs to have that kind of quality mindset embedded in from the outset. The second thing I think about is, in terms of consistency, documentation, process is super important, right? Iterating, taking best practices and applying those learnings across your entire team. So their communication, shared access and knowledge libraries, they're super important as well. And then the third thing I think about is reporting, right? Having clear information that's concise, legible, think about your target audience, make sure that the information is, whether it's a snapshot or a graph or however it is, right? Make sure you think long and hard about what information is relevant and how to present it and who you're presenting it to. So I've been to the Game QA conference pretty much every year, I think. I love it. The main draw for me is that it's the biggest and best QA-oriented conference, and also localization and customer support, all of which are fields and touch upon my kind of remit. I find it, super exciting, bringing like-minded professionals together. I've loved to watch the journey, I think, most importantly, right? I've loved to see how it's evolved and how it's grown, where it's got to now and where it's going to next. I'm going to sidestep that question by saying it was all brilliant, honestly, right? I wouldn't like to pick any particular thing out. I've loved the energy of everybody and the knowledge of the experts has been phenomenal. So what would I pick out? What can I pick out? If I was to pick out one thing, I think I loved the enthusiasm of the crazy Aussies that are Mighty Games. Invigorating, empowering, informing.